Don't you know you might find... Sorry, cut take
Satan,
two.
you get it right next time.
Sorry, Dean.
For me, if you had got on with Brian, I would have nominated Brian probably quite a few weeks.
Helen is desperate to talk about Paul. She's showing the classic signs of lovesickness.
Day 58, 10:03 a.m. Last night, Paul became the 7th housemate to be evicted from the Big Brother house. Helen has spent the night in his bed. Elizabeth is the only housemate up.
This is Big Brother. The storeroom is now open.
.12:01 p.m. Brian and Helen are still in bed. Elizabeth is washing up. Dean comes to the diary room to talk to Big Brother.
Hello, Dean.
Afternoon.
Do you think Paul's departure's affected the house?
I think it's definitely... It'll affect Helen. Because they got on so well. Paul didn't get on as well with us, the rest of us, obviously. But he didn't... I don't think he said himself he didn't really gel with anyone in here.
Now that you are in the final week of Big Brother, are you thinking about who will win?
I think Brian will win. And if it's not Brian, I think it will be Helen. She's got that kind of shining innocence and uncomplicated, genuine goodness about her.
Do you want to win next week?
It would surprise me, but in a really good way. And I don't know if I'd feel a little embarrassed if I won. I think I'd feel a little embarrassed if I won. But I don't think that'll happen, so there you go.
After 8 weeks of nominations and evictions, only 4 housemates remain. In the final week, the public will decide who ultimately wins. Brian, Dean and Elizabeth have never faced the public before because they've always been popular in the house. This is because they have fulfilled essential roles. Dean is leader, Elizabeth is provider, and Brian is the entertainer. Others have wanted these roles for themselves, but they were never really successful. This is because, in their individual ways, Brian, Dean and Elizabeth were always the best. They triumphed over the competition. Dean's rival was Stuart. As the 2 oldest people in the house, the group instinctively deferred to them, and both could have been the leader. Now, Dean was happy to let Stuart take the lead in the early tasks.
Stuart, do you want to be in charge of setting this up? Like, tell everyone what to do, because otherwise everyone's going to pile in. You know what I mean? All right. Okay.
However, the group weren't so happy because Stuart tended to overstep the mark and his leadership focused on correction and discipline.
Hang on, stop.
You got
Sorry, I was really bossy.
Yeah, you got to get your goggle things on.
Please hurt yourself.
In stressful situations, Dean's focus tended to be on comfort rather than correction.
We've lost it and it's all my fault.
Hang on,
It's not your fault, darling.
Hey, don't cry.
Honestly, it's not.
He was confident enough to lead without dominating.
Don't cry, come on.
Elizabeth's competition came from Penny. They were both seen as potential mother figures. The kitchen became disputed territory. When Penny was in there, she was seen as bossy and dictatorial.
Before you do that, I want a bit of salt. Find me some salt. Find me the salt. Elizabeth, go and find salt now.
Elizabeth, however, was able to take charge of the kitchen without antagonising anyone. This was because she was able to encourage rather than dictate.
I'm a good kitchen assistant.
You are.
And sauce maker.
Not just assistant, you're doing really well. What have you learnt
Did you
today
get
about
that,
making
guys?
sauces?
So you put onion and garlic into...
Brian's competition came from Bubble. These two were both very funny and became good friends. Humour, however, often relies on getting close to the bone.
You and Bubble, you're as manky as each other. You steady hair, you can't even straighten it properly. You've washed it once since you've been here.
Game, set, match.
Thank you.
Brian is good at this, but Bubble sometimes goes too far and people don't always know when he's joking.
You are fucking dead, man. Do you know how angry I am with you? Do you know how angry I am? Look, she just told me everything about it. You'll fucking regret it.
Bollocks, Bubble, it's not fair. Jokes work two ways. Did you think he was serious?
Oh, I fucking did.
Yeah, whatever.
Even though they made a great comedy duo, Bubble ultimately realised who was the funnier man.
You are the funniest man I've ever met. And I've at least been locked up in a house away from my family and from my friends and from my little gal. You have made this a lot easier for me. You're a star.
Up until now, it's been the housemates' perception of their roles that have determined their fate in the house. Suddenly, that's all changed, and they no longer have a say. What's important now is what the public thinks.
1:30 p.m. The group discuss hallucinogenic drugs.
Magic mushrooms are tiny. They've got
Really long.
thin,
toadstools.
long and thin, and then they've got little hats. They're like little hats on them,
You can't eat them.
pointy hats.
The worst one I had, well, the only hallucination I've ever had, was I was talking to my friend, and he just turned into like this goblin. His face just went.
Oh, can you still see it now?
What?
Can you still remember it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It just morphed. You know, like
It's wild, isn't it?
like science fiction.
Yeah.
He just went. His nose came out. His ears went like that. Points.
Really?
Had no hair. His hair just went. Whoa. And his face was just his old.
Was it scary?
Being scared? No.
Things could turn to rats and snakes
Yeah.
and
Oh,
demons.
no,
People.
worse things.
Things you can't imagine.
Fantasy things, more like, it's not like you see a rat, it's like,
The
it
devil.
might be the devil dressed as a rat with worms coming out of his stomach.
Have you tried it, Helen?
It messes
No,
your
Me
brain.
neither. Would you?
No.
Me neither. What can you take that you won't have any hallucinations on?
Sorry?
Do all drugs give you hallucinations?
No. Not all drugs. No. But a lot of them can. The best thing to do with drugs is just not take any, to be honest.
Okay, Helen, should we start?
2:18 p.m. The housemates are set their final weekly task. For the next 4 days, they'll be tested on how well they know each other. Today, they must choose a partner and learn about one another's childhoods.
So who's your best friend at secondary school?
Oh, I didn't really have one best friend. I had like lots of big group of girlfriends.
Okay, so we
But I
don't know
suppose in
about
the-
any of those then.
No,
Going
there's
all
too
there
many.
now.
No, I was at school. I was kind of captain of a lot of sports teams.
Oh yeah.
I was captain of hockey, captain of netball, of athletics. I was deputy head girl, but that's after 16. So I just kind of knew a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kind of knew a lot of people.
Yeah.
Never smoked.
No.
Just was probably like you, quite sporty, didn't smoke.
Okay, go.
Okay, you should think along the lines of facts about school. What school did you go to?
I went to 2 schools. 3 schools.
Oh, you never, you arse!
Went to 3 schools.
What are the names?
St. Mary's Convent School.
St Mary's Convent School.
St. Patrick's Boys National School.
Oh, for Christ, St Patrick's Boys National School.
And I went to senior school.
What was that called?
It was called Rathangan, where I live.
Rathangan.
Rathangan Post-Primary School.
Rathangan Post-Primary.
School.
Okay, I went to 2 schools. One called Durham Road.
Durham Road.
Durham Road.
Durham Road.
And one called St Julian's.
Oh, Jesus. Think of Julian Clary.
Yeah.
Eating habits.
I was very fussy.
Right.
Mother thought because of my eating habits I was going to be anorexic when I was in my teens. I was quite
Really?
very thin. You wouldn't think it now.
You fat bleeder.
Amusing anecdotes, what's that mean?
Things you can remember from the ages 5 to 16 that are funny.
Oh, I can remember one funny thing. I think it was either sausages or fish fingers. I can't remember which one it was. My mum said I had to eat them and I didn't. I threw them across the living room.
Okay.
I was really, but between 5, yeah, I suppose 15 and 16, I was really into, you know, punk rock, new wave, band, you know, Sex Pistols, probably.
He was kind of non-conformist anarchist, so Sex Pistols.
Yeah, kind of loud,
punk and rock.
loud, annoying music when I was 5, 15, 16, so at that age.
And I've always liked Mozart, because my father always listens to it.
Right. Even as a kid?
But yeah, that's what he listened to.
Right.
Never listened to anything else.
Okay, well, the other...
Holiday, family.
Okay, you've got 6 sisters.
Ages.
They age between 8 and 22.
And the names?
Their names are Tara, Eva, Valerie, Paula, Tracy, and... shit.
Your mum's friend?
Michelle.
What are mum and dad's names?
I don't know.
Rosie.
Rosie.
And Jared.
Jared.
Yeah.
Jared.
Jared.
Gerald.
Jared.
Judd.
Jared. G-E...
Not Gerald.
No. G-E-A-R-D.
These Irish names. Jed.
Jared.
Judd.
Think of turd.
And it's Judd.
Jared, yeah.
You must answer one of the 3 options.
Hot darling!
3:07 p.m. After a lunch of homemade soup, Helen talks to Brian in the lounge.
We were so excited about going living, wasn't
He
we?
was thrilled. I think he was happy to go.
Well, I don't think he would. I think he was happy to go because we both discussed it. You know, me and him together in here another week would not have been good. I don't think.
No.
Things might have
got a bit out of hand.
He's had the easy option, I think.
Why?
Because I'm still stuck here thinking, oh, I miss Paul. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
He's not going to be going out there thinking, I miss Helen, is he? Because he can switch on the TV and bloody see me.
Helen is desperate to talk about Paul. She's showing the classic signs of lovesickness. Lovesickness is a psychological condition which often afflicts those who've been separated from their lover. There are a number of key symptoms which characterize the syndrome, and Helen is unwittingly displaying several of them. The first is reenactment.
I might go and have a look.
A few hours after Paul has been evicted, we find Helen going alone to the den, revisiting the scene where they had their most intimate moments.
But this time I haven't got Paul Clark with me, no.
Helen is trying to recover some of the feelings that she experienced there with Paul. Helen chooses to sleep in Paul's bed. Now this is primitive superstitious behavior, rather like keeping a lock of someone's hair. The closer you can get to something that belongs to your loved one, the closer you feel to them emotionally. Sleeping in Paul's bed also enables Helen to take in his smell. Now psychologists have discovered that of all the senses, smell is the most powerful stimulant to memory.
Hello.
By smelling Paul's pillow, Helen makes her memory of him all the more vivid and real. Paul dominates Helen's thoughts throughout the day. Even when she's with the chickens, her obsessional preoccupation with Paul finds an outlet.
I know what's the matter with her. She's upset because Paul's gone.
Do you think?
Yeah, because her name's Helen.
The defining feature of the lovesickness syndrome is the need to talk about and to try and make sense of the relationship with the person who's absent.
Oh, how embarrassing is that going to be, me crying last night just because Paul went?
Crucially, it involves hearing what other people have to say. We see this very clearly when Helen talks to Brian.
He's going to think I'm a bloody psycho, isn't he?
No, it's not.
She tucks her legs up, a sure sign that she wants an extended conversation. Importantly, she needs Brian to support her image of the relationship.
Me and him together in here another week would not have been good, I don't think.
No.
Things might have
got a bit out of hand.
Helen is clearly suffering from lovesickness. She's likely to experience mood swings between elation and sadness.
No, I'm fine. But I'm fine.
Yeah. Sympathetic responses from her housemates are going to be critical in helping her to come to terms with her feelings towards Paul.
3:47 p.m. Big Brother calls Brian to the diary room.
Who do you think will win, Brian?
Who do I think will win? I think, personally, I think Helen stands a really good chance. I would say Helen or Dean. But then again, I always kind of think Elizabeth. But in the long run, I think it'll be Helen or it'll be Dean. I think who'll come through and win. It's weird because I think if you were to win this, I mean, it'd be hard to go back to normal life, I think. I mean, if someone was to give me 70 grand, you know, I'd take it, but I don't think I'd like to take what comes with it, to be honest. All the publicity, and I mean, I think you've got a better chance leaving here, coming fourth, third, second, whatever you do, and adjusting back to normality quite quickly, and, you know, just going to your local shop and just being me. But I think, you know, having to win this would be kind of scary in a sense, because you know, it'd be hard, because with the 70 grand with coming first, I'm sure comes a lot of stuff too that would be harder to handle than just being in the Big Brother house and, you know, being recognised from that. If I was to sit here and say, God, no, I wouldn't like, you know, 70 grand, I'd be lying. Of course I would. I could, you know. But, you know, I think you'd have to think twice about it, to be honest.
5:46 p.m. The group have spent the day learning about each other's childhoods. They'll be tested individually in the diary room and need to get one correct answer each in order to pass.
You never have
Angels
to
never fail.
Guys, can you see me? I can see my own hand. I can see my...
Helen's favourite toy was A, a dog that wore trousers called Harry. A monkey called Mickey that wore gloves. Or C, a horse that wore a jumper called Daffyd. You must answer one of the three options.
A dog called Harry, eh?
That's right.
What did you Harry?
Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
You got two.
It's open, Dean.
I know.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Should we see your hand?
Unless they've got that from
Oh,
another.
bless
Okay,
him.
let's watch.
Oh, little love.
What was the name of Elizabeth's best friend at school? Was it A, she didn't have one? Was it B, Jane? Or C, Deborah?
It was A, she didn't have one because she was so unpopular.
Thank you, Dean. You may leave the diary room.
How come mine were tricky ones?
I don't know. Brian, St. Mary's up in Passenger Primary School,
Yeah,
yeah?
St. Mary's and St. Patrick's.
My turn.
Here we go, Dean.
Oh shit, guys, it's all down to me if I get them all wrong.
Hello.
Hello, Elizabeth. When Dean was a child, he used to love Weetabix. However, he was put off it one day because A, he choked on a piece. B, he thought it looked like a dead hedgehog. Or C, he ate 7 in one sitting and was sick.
Does she know this one?
Okay, well, I was going to go for C, but I'm going to go for B because it's so stupid. He thought it looked like a dead hedgehog.
Thank you, Elizabeth. You may leave the diary
It was
room.
so hard.
Oh shit, it's all down to me.
Weetabix! Weetabix! What are you fucking talking about? It's all down to me. Dead hedgehogs!
Well done, he's just the four.
So far, the group have got every question right. Helen is the last to go.
Come on, H! That was so funny. Oh.
He fell over then. Hello, Big Brother.
What is the name of Brian's father? Is it A,
Turd.
Gerd, B, Gerard, or C, Gerd?
A, Jerd. Like, I can say something now, but I'm not going to. Jerd. A, Jerd.
Thank you, Helen. You will leave the diary room.
Thank you.
He's so funny!
You got
The group has succeeded in today's task and will be rewarded later.
leggings.
6:47 p.m. Helen comes to the diary room to talk to Big Brother.
Hello, Big Brother.
Hello, Helen.
I just come in to say that I think last night I didn't really sort of like think or appreciate the thought of being here in week 9. Because I was getting worried last night because I was thinking, oh, me or Paul are going to go, and I was worried about that, and I was thinking, God, he's been up 4 times and stayed, so obviously I'm going to go. And I was thinking, oh my God, what people are going to think of me? Oh my God, I got to meet his parents. I was thinking, and I got really worried about that. And then when I didn't go, I thought, well, I got all worried about that for absolutely nothing. Because me and Paul were quite close, really, I suppose. And I am close to the other people, but it just feels a little bit funny with him not... Because you're used to him just sort of like, I don't know, just being around, but he's not around, but... It's okay though, it's alright, I'm fine about it.
Do you think you could win?
Don't think so. I know there's like a 1 in 4 chance because there's only 4 of us left, but no. No. I'd be too dangerous with all that money.
Why would you be dangerous with it?
Because I don't know what to do with it. My bank would be just going, oh my God, why has she got so much money in her bank? They'd be like, what's going on? Because I would just probably go shoo and just I don't know, it would just sort of like, no way. No, couldn't happen to me.
7:26 p.m. Because there are no more nominations, the housemates are now allowed to discuss who they nominated in the past.
Because I can't...
You said that there's still 2 people you nominated in the first week, yeah?
Yeah, I know that. I said that, and I said that people I've used to nominate as well.
Really? No, 2 people nominated in the first week.
Bloody hell.
Must be us 2 then.
No. Be surprised. All to be revealed.
I will be surprised. I know
The thing
one of
is,
them
Paul
was.
knows now who has nominated him and who didn't nominate him, doesn't he? So...
That's interesting.
What's that?
Brian says there's 2 people still here that he nominated in the first week.
Yeah, he told me that.
Oh.
You gonna sit here?
So it's either you or me.
Yeah.
Do you know who it is?
No. I can guess, though.
What? What are you going to guess at?
If I had to guess.
Who are you going to guess at? Me?
I think it was you.
Well, I just said to
I
him.
didn't talk to you for 2 weeks, did he?
That's true, actually.
You don't talk to someone, chances are.
I just said to him, I said, it must have been me and Helen then. And he said, oh, you might be surprised. But he's probably just saying that. I think I'll look like a big baddie. Because especially I pretty much nominated Paul every week. And occasionally nominated Helen towards the end. You know what I mean?
But that's what...
I mean, that's what you've got to do, exactly. Brian, for me, is another obvious choice because sometimes he quite annoys me. And I think the reason that I haven't nominated him is because I know you 2 get on well. And, like, you're important for me, just because you keep me saying. So it's important for me that you keep saying, and I know he keeps you saying because he makes you laugh.
Yeah.
And that, I've never said that to them.
Yeah.
But that's part of my reasoning. It's like, if Dean stays, Brian kind of has to stay because you need a male to get on with. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Oh, yeah.
So that kind of cuts him out too.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
For me, if you hadn't got on with Brian, I would have nominated Brian probably quite a few weeks.
Right, yeah.
And I wouldn't have nominated Helen.
Oh,
Is it food and drink?
Hold on.
Housemates.
Party.
No, it says party. Housemates, congratulations on passing today's task. As a reward, Big Brother has provided you with everything you need to have a children's party.
Oh, excellent! So it's lemonade then?
Brother.
No booze.
No alcohol. We got cider.
A children's party.
Yeah. Oh, there's this.
Paint.
Paint.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Buttons. Crisps.
Oh my God.
Hula hoops.
Oh,
No, remember what you
So
said.
hungry.
I know, but...
That's good.
9:25 p.m. After a dinner of trout and potatoes cooked by Elizabeth, Dean plays with the toy guns that were part of their reward.
They bloody hurt!
That's so not.
They do!
Did that hurt?
That stung!
Sorry.
Look! They do, on by there.
Crap dive.
No, my top is ruined.
Faster, darling.
Satan is here, Mr. O'Loughlin. Condemned
my
you
hat.
to a night of evil unleashed upon this world.
Hold.
12:30 a.m. The group sing a song from one of Dean's song sheets.
What's the first word?
Slip inside the eye of your mind.
That's right.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know what you might find? No,
Better place to
don't you know you might find? Sorry, cut take
Satan,
two.
you get it right next time.
Sorry, Dean.
Satan, come on, it's Sally's time now.
Look inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find
a better place to play?
And so
Three, four.
Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as she's walking on by. Her soul slides away, but don't look back in anger. I heard you say.
Tell them we love you.
no, it was not.
It was.
The housemate's failure to give a straightforward response to a straightforward question is telling.
Day 59, 9:42 a.m. Elizabeth is the first housemate up.
Got your shopping list.
10:18 a.m. Elizabeth and Helen write their last shopping list in the Big Brother house. Since they failed last week's task, they only have £21 to spend.
Do you need more coffee? Should get a coffee.
Tea bags.
Tea bags and coffee. Garlic. Garlic. And that's 60p. Right, let's add that up. That's so it's 574. 26p. 20. So it's got 15.26.
Spend on cider.
Yeah. Should we do that?
How much we spent last week on cider?
Got 9 bottles, £3 each. So 9 so 27. £27. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. But we had a good week though, didn't we?
So, that's 5 bottles of cider.
Should I put it by there?
Yeah, well, we just had it.
And if I say they can keep the penny?
We don't need it out, do we?
No.
That's a pretty impressive shopping list.
Very short.
It's good, isn't it?
It's very good.
10:59 a.m. The boys are still in bed. Elizabeth and Helen talk about their experiences in the Big Brother house.
But I was thinking, oh, I'm bound to walk in then. There's bound to be someone I really dislike.
Don't like, yeah.
But there wasn't really anybody I didn't dislike.
But you've only really had a bit of a clash with Naz, haven't you?
Yeah, and I think that's because we're too much alike.
Yeah. Well, I think how it set off was that you just couldn't get Naz's name right, and she didn't see the funny side of it.
Plus, I didn't want it.
I know you didn't, and I think everyone realised that you weren't doing it on purpose, and she just thought you were.
No, but that's another thing I've definitely learned from Inya. Like, people would come in the salon. I'd go at the back and go, oh, here we go, I got another bloody netty one now, you know, she's got like, you know. But I'd never do that anymore.
You would definitely do that with me then, if I came in. You just like, never, Jesus, look at this one.
I would never do that no more, because you just can't
You don't know,
tell.
do you? Especially after being, has this taught you that?
Especially after being in here, yeah. I've learned, since I've been here, not to be so sensitive, not to be so paranoid, to have more confidence in yourself, not to judge people, how to be around certain people, how to interact more with people and stuff like that. Just loads of things.
That's fantastic.
And also another thing I've learned out of this is that I thought me moving out of home before would have totally freaked me
Terrified
out.
you.
I would have been hopeless.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a clue. But now I'd have a bit more confidence for when I do to think, well, yeah, I can make a white sauce. I can do this.
I can cook for myself. I can wash for myself.
Yeah.
I can live with people.
Yeah. If you
You've kind of grown up so much, haven't you? It's just like, in 2 months, it's like she's put on 2 years.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really funny.
1:08 p.m. The boys are now up. Elizabeth is cooking tomato soup for lunch.
That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Tang. Sugar.
Mm.
That would be my antidote for it.
Pepper.
Anything.
Pepper, salt, just load all the other strong ingredients in and get rid of the orange. Mm. If it was orange soup, it might be all right. Or orange and tomato
Call
soup.
it orange and tomato soup.
I might put some herbs in it as well. I might basically just spin the recipe now and go and taste.
Yeah. Always a good thing to do, really, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Because maybe that's exactly what it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah, and you just don't like it.
Yeah.
I'll leave it a while now to get together.
Yeah.
1:34 p.m. If anyone attempts to shout messages to the housemates from outside the perimeter fences, Big Brother plays in crowd noise on loudspeakers.
What was that? Dean, what did they say?
Couldn't make sense of it.
Oh my God.
What?
Dunno.
What?
They sounded quite close.
Ho hum.
Back to our normal lives now. I think Dean did hear and he's not saying.
What was it?
He did as well. Dean.
Too obvious.
You did it, didn't you?
What?
Tell us.
Yeah, I did.
What was it?
Tell them we love you.
No, it was not.
It was.
It bloody was not.
It was.
It
That's what he
was.
just said to me.
No way.
Okay.
No way on this entire earth.
Why not?
Nah.
Helen?
It'd be like more like Helen, get your tits out for the boys. No.
That's what he said to me then.
No.
I didn't want to tell you in case you thought it was funny.
And he didn't want to tell you in case you're doing what you did now. Doing now.
To what?
Going away going, no, no.
What was it?
Helen, we love you.
Was it?
Yeah. Could have been Paul shouting that to me. Not. I could tell by his face he knew. And then when I was walking by, I thought, he knew. And I was thinking, Masha was like, Helen, we hate you, you've destroyed, I don't know.
Destroyed what?
I don't know.
Cheers, H.
Ow, that hurt.
Did they say that?
Yeah.
That's good.
No. I mean,
Huh?
no, they didn't.
What did they say?
What she thought?
They hate you?
No.
Get your tits out, will they? Really? So we're the only two people that don't have fans.
We haven't got fans. There you go. See? So that sorts that out then.
Two people hate us. Well,
Huh?
if they do, I'll go and live in Spain.
Yeah. Indifference, I think.
1:55 p.m. Dean and Elizabeth read in the garden. Helen curls her hair. Big Brother calls Brian to the diary room.
Hello.
Hello, Brian. How are you feeling today?
Not too bad. My head's a bit groggy from last night. I feel a bit... so I'm too much cider, so I'm getting stuck into the rest of my book. Coming in here has to be good for me, and it was. I came in here and I was, in a sense, I was kind of confident that it would have some effect on me. And I was right in a sense that it has made me think about a few things, and I think it has changed me, but it hasn't changed me too much, thankfully. I can still be quite silly at times, so, but I think I've changed for the best, definitely.
The diary room has always offered unique insights into the thoughts and motivations of the housemates. It offers the best conditions not only to scrutinise what people say, but how they say it. This weekend, each of the final four has been asked a number of key questions in order to gauge their attitude to the competition and to each other as they go into the final week. The question, who would you like to win, elicited extremely revealing answers.
You know, in a sense, I think anyone that's got to this stage deserves to win.
Brian is very verbose here, but he never provides an answer.
I think it'd be unfair of me to sit in here and say, you know, who I think, and I wouldn't do it. I think Helen, Dean or Elizabeth.
He is unable to select an individual housemate. The question provokes a physical response from Elizabeth. She quite literally bites her lip as she thinks.
That's difficult. I think everyone.
And her leg forms a defensive barrier.
That's really non-thing to say.
Confronted with the same question, Dean touches his face, a sign of unease.
I honestly don't have a preference.
At one point, his hand even covers his mouth.
I'd be really, really pleased for them to, any of them to win it.
Obscuring what he's saying at a critical moment.
And that's very odd as well.
But Helen goes the furthest in stifling her response to the question.
I can't. I think if any of them were, I'd be pleased for whoever won it. Do you know what I mean? I'd like all three of them to win it.
The housemates' failure to give a straightforward response to a straightforward question is telling. In fact, all the housemates say they think everybody should win. Assuming that it's unlikely that they all view each other absolutely equally, then we might have expected one or even two names to be provided. But any answer to the question, who would you like to win, could be viewed as an endorsement and thereby enhance the chances of the person selected. It seems that going into the final week, the housemates care deeply about the outcome, no matter what they say.
I've commissioned her to do this one-off bust
of you've got no neck.
Of myself.
I just can't wait just to be free, guys. I just want to go shopping and buy a new CD and find out who's been #1. And...
Yes.
4:17 p.m. For their final task, Big Brother is testing the housemates on how well they know each other. Today they must sculpt their partner's head out of clay. They must do this from memory and must remain separated in the two bedrooms. Brian and Elizabeth chose to sculpt each other. Dean and Helen are the other pairing.
Helen could surprise us.
She might just be a sculptor.
Can you imagine she pulled out this fantastic thing? For a hairdresser, she's not that really... She surprises me sometimes.
Why?
Just even for a dancer, she can't do cartwheels. Things like that. Okay, is Elizabeth's nose too high up?
Way too high.
I thought so. I think I've got her eyes reasonably okay.
Didn't you have a look at her nose, the shape of it?
She looks... Oh, look at her fucking eyes. One's bigger than...
I got a serious problem going on here with Dean's nose.
Well, I won't give you any help because I have two. This looks too masculine.
But Thursday night's going to be our last night in here. That's going to be pretty amazing.
Should have that big lamb meal.
And everyone else will probably be getting ready for the party, won't they?
Well, the next night, yeah. Those that'll come out looking as rough as old boots.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about seeing. Come on, looking dodgy.
You look gorgeous. I don't think anyone will care. I won't.
I do, I'll be on the lookout.
Single girl?
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of offers.
I'm gonna be on the lookout. Big style.
I'd love to see what Helen's done.
Yeah.
For me.
Brian's got quite...
Now, he's looking a bit like Mick Jagger now.
Fantastic, eh? Honestly, sweet, if the dimensions are right, that's wonderful.
7:36 p.m. Dean comes to the diary room to talk to Big Brother.
How are you feeling today about your friends and family?
Missing them. And oddly enough, as it gets closer to seeing them, kind of missing them a bit more, which is a bit weird. But I was thinking about going to see my mum, and normally going to see my mum, I like going to see my mum, but almost as soon as I get there, I'm kind of like, have a cup of tea, and it's almost like okay, now I've been to see you, I've heard about the cat and whatever, and now I'm kind of ready to go home. But it feels now like I will be really happy to go around and see my mum and spend a couple of hours chatting with her and looking around the garden, and it all being so completely normal. Maybe I'll leave here and I'll start doing all the things I always say I'm going to do and never quite get around to doing. If I can leave here with that, that's another bonus, that's good.
9:06 p.m. As a reward for today's challenge, Big Brother has given the group champagne and canapes. They've also been asked to review their fellow housemates' sculptures.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm very... Let me just take a gulp of champagne.
Very excited.
What's it like, Dean? Guys? Okay, well, let's be serious. I mean, she's captured the head right. The ears are quite like. The nose is quite real. And I think my smile, the kind of pout, I think I'm very impressed. And I think she's really done well because... Can you tell the difference, Dean?
Not really.
Your ears are good, Brian.
I like the ears.
Which one are you?
I think she's done really well. I think she, actually... I look like Mr. Potato Head. So we give Elizabeth a round of applause. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Hang on, let me have a look in the mirror a minute.
Work by
Dean.
a little known Welsh artist, Helen Adams. I've commissioned her to do this one-off bust
Oh, geez, you've got no neck.
of myself. And as you can see,
Helen's ready to eat evil. Cover it back up.
thanks, Helen. Well done.
Okay. Now, I've commissioned also this wonderful sculpture by Brian Darling, a little-known Irish artist. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, grand opening, Elizabeth by Brian. Now, I'm going to take my time on this because I paid so much, darling, sweetie, mwah, mwah. It looks nothing like me, but I actually really like it.
Okay, and next one up is Helen.
Hello.
Helen, who done yours?
A lovely little man I know from Birmingham. Very talented he is.
I think Elizabeth will be interested in seeing this.
It's
It's a bloke.
It's a bloke.
It's such a bloke.
Chubby cheeks.
Oh my God, I look like my dad.
I think we've all done well.
I think we have all done very well. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I think we've all surprised ourselves.
Cheers.
I know I've surprised myself actually by able to do it.
9:30 p.m. Helen tells Brian and Dean about training to be a hairdresser.
What's the worst thing you've done?
Cut someone's necks off.
Someone's necklace.
There was a friend of mine when I was training, nobody knew about it, and she was all right.
Got your necklace off. Go over here.
I just like help. But I was in the middle of training, so I mean, she was all right. It was when I was in college training, so I was like,
Big Brother calls Elizabeth to the diary room.
Funny is not the word. Hysterical is.
Hello, Elizabeth. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, thank you very much. Very funny tonight. It's a lot quieter, and the house seems a lot bigger, and it seems like you're echoing around it a bit. And it seems now, because we're getting to the end of it, that kind of the group's almost becoming back to individuals sometimes. That before, you know, in the whole Big Brother experience, we were a group, we were getting on, because kind of the end is in sight. Maybe we're all starting to think more about our own lives after this, our own friends and our family. So maybe sometimes I feel that it's maybe more individuals. And then we get together as a group sometime. So it's quite relaxed. The house feels big. And I think more of Friday than the moment, but the tasks are really good. And I'm really glad that you're doing it like this. This feels like it's been very well thought out. So, thank you.
10:31 p.m. It's an hour and a half since the group reviewed their sculptures. Helen and Elizabeth talk about nightclubs.
So how would you become a teacher and a dancer in a nightclub? Teach dancing in a nightclub?
Teach dancing in a nightclub, everyone does well. You don't teach dancers in a nightclub, do you?
Why? What, dances and girl dancers on?
I could do that, couldn't she? Used to want to stripping. But dance in a nightclub.
Wasn't for lap dancers and pole dancers and
No,
strippers?
it's like a clubber, you know?
Does that happen quite often these days?
Yeah. Elizabeth, you need to come out with me.
Yeah, it's good the clubs you go to.
Especially see sort of like nice, muscly men. In cages.
I don't think that does it for me, though.
You wait till you see them.
Okay. Yeah. She had me dressed in pink with my hair coming out my ears.
Oh, imagine what Friday's going to be like, guys. Just imagine.
Crap.
It's not.
I'm staying in.
Literally can't wait for it now.
I can't wait.
I just can't wait just to be free, guys. I just want to go shopping and buy a new CD and find out who's been #1. And
yes.
Buy an album and buy a disc, man. Buy a life. Buy hair, I suppose. I have so much to buy. I had to buy back 2 months of spitting. I'm actually slobbering with excitement. And my mouth's watering and having enlightenment.
Okay, the last weekend in the Big Brother house has gone.
Why is it past 12?
No, but I'm just saying it's gone.
Yeah.
I might go and read some of my book now.
Oh, that's very exciting.
How civilised, Brian.
I might just go to bed and just dream about Friday.
As Helen drags out the week for herself.
It's like Father Christmas is coming, isn't it?
Friday is going to be like the 25th of December.
Who wins? You decide. For Brian to win, phone 090 11 1544 02. For Dean to win, phone 090 11 1544 04. For Elizabeth to win, phone 090 11 1544 05. For Helen to win, phone 090 11 1544 06.